Wildcat Basketball Weekly, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union, home of the official U of A debit card. Get yours today at hughesfcu.org.
Welcome to another edition of Wildcat Weekly with head coach Sean Miller. Wildcats home this week. They've got UCLA and USC in town for the annual rivalry showdowns. Before we get to that, Coach, coming off a split up in the state of Washington, you talked about defense. And what would you like to see from your team this week defensively?
Well, first of all, Brian, we have two big challenges. I think both UCLA and USC are, in some ways prolific on offense. They score easily. They do it in different ways. USC is an incredibly low turnover team that really gets the ball to where they want to go easily, led by a great veteran senior point guard, Jordan McLaughlin. And, UCLA, obviously, Thomas Welsh, who's a senior, and Aaron Holiday, who's a junior. Both guys, you feel like they've been around for a long, long time. But those two are the focus of UCLA and on offense. Thomas Welsh, he's shooting three-point shots now. He's never done that in his career, and he's shooting them right below 39%. So you have a center who, we remember how he shot in years past. He's doing the same thing, but he stepped behind the line. And Aaron Holiday, he's a one-man wrecking crew. He shoots more free throws per game than Alonzo does. He averages a little bit more points per game than DeAndre and Alonzo, and truly having a great year.
I want to go back to a little history here. This will be your 9th year playing UCLA as a rival school in the Pac-12. Prior to arriving at the U of A, what was your image of the rivalry, and has it lived up to what maybe you thought it would be?
No doubt. Like all college basketball fans, I think you recognize the history and the tradition of both programs, and John Wooden and the amazing influence he's had just in life, not just at UCLA or in sports. And Coach Olson here at Arizona, the legacy, the decades of excellence, and playing the game the right way with so many talented players. That's what you think of. And right now, the coaching has changed at UCLA a number of times during my time, but it's a great rivalry. I think it always comes back to the same thing. And really, even if you look at Coach Wooden's success or Coach Olson, the players, and you think about when they left UCLA, how they did, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Walton, recently Russell Westbrook, Kevin Love, and you look at our guys here at Arizona, Steve Kerr, who's now coaching, but you think about what he did as an NBA player, Damon Stoudemire, and now more recently Aaron Gordon, Lowry. So the players at both programs take a back seat to none, and I think it's not been 5 or 10 years of excellence. It's been decades, and I think that really stands out.
Hughes is proud to have been serving the local community and delivering outstanding financial performance and value to their members since 1952.
As a performer, my time is valuable, and I count on Hughes Mobile Services to help me run my life.
I'm so glad I made the switch to Hughes.
I love being a Hughes member. They're local and they give back to my community.
Make the switch. Team up with Hughes Federal Credit Union by becoming a member today.
Wildcat Basketball Weekly continues, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union. Show your Wildcat spirit with a U of A Visa debit card. Get yours today at hughesfcu.org.
Is this one of those games where you don't need that big, fiery pregame speech? The guys kind of know what's on the line?
No doubt. Players, they respect other players, and, you don't have to sell very hard here. They know that the players that they're playing against this week, not just UCLA, but USC, are very good. They're both in contention for the Pac-12 regular season championship. USC's 1 game behind, UCLA's 2 games behind. But in the next 2 or 3 weeks, a lot can change. And I think for us to have a homestand right now is very meaningful. This is a big week for us.
There are a number of teams in the Pac-12 right now, I'm going to say 6 or 7, that want to get into postseason play, that need to win down the stretch. How does that change? What do you see from teams when I guess that hunger is even greater this time of the season?
It is, and especially the oldest players. I think guys that have been through the program for 3 or 4 years, they really recognize that this is it for them. And they also appreciate college basketball. They, in addition to knowing that this is the end, they also know how special it is to be in March and to play in the NCAA tournament or to advance in the conference tournament in Las Vegas or the NCAA tournament. So, but I think our conference is positioned well. I would be very surprised if 4 teams don't emerge to become part of this year's NCAA tournament. You know, the ball's going to have to bounce our way a couple of times for that to happen. But I look at the quality and depth of USC and UCLA. I have a hard time believing that they won't play really well, lights out down the stretch. And that's what we have to be careful of this week. This is a big opportunity for both of those teams as well.
Bruins and the Wildcats Thursday night, Trojans in on Saturday night, and we'll see you next time on Wildcat Weekly.
Thanks for watching Wildcat Basketball Weekly, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union, home of the free U of A Visa debit card. Get yours today at hughesfcu.org, federally insured by NCUA.